Here is another brilliant examination style question for high school students taking functions, which is a prerequisite for calculus. We are going to solve a quadratic equation and then we have a related question of splitting into two fractions. The question here is, consider equation ax squared plus 7x minus 2a equals to 0 that has two distinct solutions for x. Given that x equals to minus 3 is a solution of ax squared plus 7x minus 2a equals to 0, find the value of a and the other solution of x. Hence, express 5x minus 7 over ax squared plus 7x minus 2a as sum of two fractions. Beautiful question where we need to apply concepts learned in different chapters. Great. I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We've been here for the last 15 years. Excellent learning platform for our students. We learn by sharing. This question has been shared by one of my IBHL student. Now let's see, how do we solve this equation? We are given a quadratic equation which is ax squared plus 7x minus 2a, and also given that there is x equals to minus 3 as a solution. It means that if I substitute minus 3 in the equation, I should get 0, right? So let's work on that. So we have ax squared plus 7x minus 2a equals to 0. This equation is satisfied when we put x equals to minus 3. So let's do it. So a times minus 3 squared plus 7 times minus 3 minus 2a equals to 0. Now you can see only a is there, one unknown, which we can find. So 9 is minus 3 squared plus becomes minus when I multiply 7 and minus 3. So minus 21 minus 2a equals to 0. So 9a minus 2a will be 7a. So 7a is 21 and therefore a is 21 over 7, which is 3. So once we know what a is, we can factor the quadratic equation and find the other root. So let's write down the equation now. A is 3, therefore the equation is 3x squared plus 7x minus 2 times 3. Let me write 2 times 3 here, right? Equals to 0, 2 times 3. So we have 3x squared plus 7x minus 6 equals to 0. So you're looking for product and sum. We can also do direct factoring. However, I'll walk you through these steps. So the two numbers which can give us sum of 7 will be, actually speaking, minus. So we are looking for two numbers whose product should be 3 times minus 6, which is minus 18, and the sum should be plus 7. So 6 times 3 will not work, but 9 times 2 will work, right? So we could split this as 3x squared plus 9x minus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. From the first two terms, we can take 3x as a common factor. So we get x plus 3. And here 2 is common factor, minus 2 rather. And x plus 3, as you can see, can be factored out with 3x minus 2. Well, x plus 3 was expected factor since we have given the root. So what you need to do is equate the second factor to 0 to find the other root for this parabola, right? So 3x minus 2 equals to 0 gives us what? Let's write down 3x minus 2 equals to 0. That gives us 3x equals to 2, or we get the solution x equals to 2 by 3. Makes sense. So x equals to 2 by 3 is the second solution of this particular equation. Correct? So now what we can do is we can write ax squared plus 7x minus 2a equals to 0 as product of these two factors. One is x plus 3 and the other one is 3x minus 2. So that becomes the equivalent equation for the given one, right? So I hope up till now everything is absolutely clear, right? Now we come to the second part where we are given 5x minus 7 over ax squared plus 7x minus 2a, the same quadratic equation. We need to split it into two fractions. Let us see how do we do that. Right, so 3x, I'll copy the solution there on the next page and then we'll continue, correct? So x plus 3 and 3x minus 2 are the two factors. So this equation which we wrote is actually x plus 3 into 2x 2x minus, let's see that again, 3x minus 2. 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So one root is x equals to minus 3, already given to you. The second one is 2 over 3. Correct. Now let's look into the second part, which is we are given 5x minus 7 over ax squared plus 7x minus 2a. However, we found what the denominator is. It is 5x minus 7 over. So we have this expression which is x plus 3 times 3x minus 2. So that's a rational function. We need to write this rational function as two fractions, right? Two rational functions. So the method is 5x minus 7 over, we have got two linear factors, right? So we can write this as a over the first factor, which is x plus 3, plus b over 3x minus 2. Make sense? So that is how we have to split it. Now basically we need to find the value for a and b. How do we do that? Well, let's take a common denominator and continue. So we have a common denominator which is x plus 3 times 3x minus 2. So when you multiply, a gets multiplied with 3x minus 2 and b gets multiplied with x plus 3. Make sense? Correct. And all this is actually equal to 5x minus 7 over ax squared plus 7x minus 2a. Perfect. Now, if I expand this, then we get what? So a times 3x means we have got 3ax minus 2a plus bx plus 3b over the denominator, which is x plus 3, 3x minus 2. So what you notice here is that we have a term which is constant. We also have a term which is x in it, right? So what we will do is the constant term, which is minus 2a plus 3b, will be equated to minus 7, right? And the other term with the variable will be equated to 5x, and that gives us two equations, correct? So let me rewrite this. So we have 3ax plus bx, and this is equal to 5x. Makes sense, right? The other term is minus 2a plus 3b, and that is equal to minus 7. You see how we get two different equations to work with. Now, a and b are two unknowns, and there are two equations, and therefore we can easily solve this. Perfect. You can actually pause the video, answer, and then look into my suggestions, right? So let's solve them. So we have 3ax plus bx equals to 5x. Let's write down 3ax plus bx equals to 5x. That's the first equation. And what is the second one? Minus 2a plus 3b equals to minus 7. Minus 2a plus 3b equals to minus 7. So these are the two equations. Great. Now, you can adopt any method you want. And in the first equation, as you can see, the x components will cancel. So we are left with 3a plus b equals to 5. Correct? And from here, we can say what b is and substitute in the other equation. This is one way of doing it. Let's do that way. So b is equal to 5 minus 3a. Correct. Now in the second equation, what we are going to do is substitute this value of b, because minus 2a plus 3 times 5 minus 3a, and that should be equal to minus 7. So minus 2a plus 15 minus 3 times 3, 9a equals to minus 7. Combining a is minus 11a, and taking 15 on the other side, we get minus 7 minus 15. So we get minus 11a equals to minus 22, or a equals to 22 by 11, which is 2. So we get the value of a as 2. Perfect. Once we get the value of a as 2, substitute into this equation b. We got 5 minus 3 times 2. So b equals to 5 minus 6, which is minus 1. Correct? So we get two solutions. And now, as you can see, we can write down as two fractions, right? So this is basically equal to what? A is 2, so it is equals to 2 over the first factor, right? And what was that? That was, let's see, first factor was x plus 3, right? And the second is 3x minus 2, right? So first is x plus 3, and b is negative 1, so we'll write negative 1 over 3x minus 2. So that becomes the solution for the given question. You see how we have solved it. So once again, first, once we know a root, we can find the second root by first getting the value of a. And once we have a, and the two roots, which are the factors, can be now treated as a over one factor plus b over the other factor. Now in the numerator, you can equate the x terms, the variable terms, and the constant terms to get two different equations. Solving these two equations, we get the solution for writing the rational expression as sum of two fractions. Makes sense? That's great. Perfect. Watch our playlist for more, contribute, and if you have any questions, you can always write down in the comments normally. I answer the questions within 48 hours. Polynomial equations made simple. Here is a test question where we are given the roots and we need to find the polynomial equation, which is cubic in nature. The question here is, given that px cubed plus qx squared minus 9x plus 18 is exactly divisible by x plus 2 times x minus 3, find the value of p and q. We'll go through the solution of this problem in steps so that you can clearly understand, and if you get similar question in your test, easily you can solve it. I am Anil Kumar, and here is step-by-step solution to the problem. This particular video can help many of our students in high school to prepare for their final exam. Now, let's look into the solution and understand what the question really is asking for. So we are given this polynomial equation. Let me write this, which is px cubed plus qx squared minus 9x plus 18. And we are also given that it is exactly divisible by x plus 2 and x minus 3. It means what? It means that the two roots are given to us, right? And the roots are at x equals to minus 2, and that will give us a root at x equals to 3. It means that if I substitute minus 2 in the equation, I should get 0, right? The root, or in this case, the x-intercept. And if I substitute 3, also I'll get 0 for the value of the function. The graph will cross the x-axis, right? So those two equations will help us find the value of p and q. You need only two equations to solve for these two unknowns for a unique value. Correct. So let's do it. So first, let's put x equals to minus 2. And in that case, what do we get? So we get p minus 2q plus q minus 2 square minus 9 times minus 2 plus 18, and that should be equal to 0. Since x plus 2 is a factor of this equation, makes sense. Minus 2 cube minus 8, right? So we get minus 8p minus 2 square is 4, 4q. And here minus minus becomes plus, so we get plus 18 equals to 0. Now, we can actually write one term in terms of the other. So let's do it. So we can write 4q equals to, taking this on the right side, we get 8p. And 18 and 18 is 36, so I'm writing minus 36. And since 4 is a common factor in all of them, we get our first equation, which is q equals to, so we are dividing everything by 4 first. Okay, so 2p minus 9. Correct. So we get our equation, and we'll name this as our equation number 1. Perfect. Let's move forward and get the second equation. Great. So now let's put x equals to 3. X equals to 3, and when I put here, we get p times 3 cube plus q times 3 square minus 9 times 3 plus 18, that should also be equal to 0, since it is a root, right? 9 times 9, 3 times 3 times 3 will give us 27. P plus 9q minus 27 plus 18 equals to 0. Great. So here we can divide each and every term with 9. Let's do that first, right? So I'm dividing each and every term by 9. So we get 3p dividing by 9 will give me q minus 27, 9 times 3 and 9 times 2. Right? Let's keep it simple. Great. And we know what q is. Q is 2p minus 9, right? So we'll replace from this equation the value of q. We can simplify this, and we know that later half is what? 3p plus q is 2p minus 9, correct? And this number is minus 1 equals to 0. Makes sense. So 3p plus 2p is 5p. 5p minus 10 equals to 0, and that gives you the value of p, right? P equals to 10 over 5, which is 2. So we get the value of p. So we got one of the answers. Great. And the other one? We can now go to our equation number 1, substitute the value right there, right? So q is equal to 2 times 2, the value of p which we just found, right? Which is 4 minus 9 or minus 5. Perfect. So we get our solution, and which is p equals to 2 and q equals to minus 5. Makes sense, right? So that is how we are going to solve this particular question. So I hope the steps are absolutely clear. Feel free to write a comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to our videos, that'd be great. And go through the playlist to learn more. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to your YouTube channel, and the website Global Math Institute. We are taking test questions here. This is pre-calculus course. We need to prove a trigonometric identity, which is tan 3x plus tan x equals to sine 4x over cos 3x cos x. Now, we could begin from the right hand side this time. Right hand side for us is sine 4x divided by cos 3x times cos x. Now, when you look at it, you get an idea that it is better to split 4 into 3 plus 1 so that we are working as similar parameters. So, I'll write the numerator as sine of 3x plus x. Here we have cos 3x cos x. Now, applying the formula of cos a plus b, or sine a plus b in this case, sine a plus b, as you know, is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. What we get is sine 3x cos x plus cos 3x sine x, correct? Divided by, we have cos 3x cos x. We can now rewrite this. So basically, we can split this up as two parts. One is sine 3x cos x divided by cos 3x cos x plus cos 3x sin x over cos 3x cos x. We can simplify, cancelling the cos terms, cos x from the first one and cos 3x from the second one. And that gives us what? It gives us two terms which can be written as, it gives us two terms sine 3x over cos 3x. And the other term is sine x over cos x. Sine over cos is tangent, and therefore we get our result tan 3x plus tan x. That is the left hand side. So since the right hand side is same as left hand side, we have proven the identity. I hope that makes sense, right? Feel free to write your comments, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, it'd be great. Thanks for your valuable time and all the best. Let us now discuss another question from past test papers of IBHL. The question here is, the diagram shows curve with the equation y equals to 2 plus k cos x. A point A lies on the curve and has coordinates minus pi by 3, 7 by 2. The point B with coordinates AB is the minimum. Find the value of k, find the value of A and B. These are the two parts. You can always pause the video, answer the question. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel, a channel where we provide you with solutions of your questions. A brilliant learning platform. Now let us see how do we solve this problem. Well, we are given the equation which is y equals to 2 plus k cosine x. We are also given a point A on the curve whose coordinates are minus pi by 3, 7 by 2. So if I substitute this coordinate point, then I can find the value of k. So that will be our first step. Substituting, we get y value of 7 by 2 equals to 2 plus k times cos of minus pi by 3. Right, so minus pi by 3 means we are in which quadrant? We are in quadrant 4. And if you apply the cos rule, we know it is going to be positive, correct? Also, pi by 3, you can make a right triangle. And this angle is pi by 3 with cos value of half. So what we get here is 7 by 2 equals to 2 plus k times half. Perfect. You understand this step? So we substitute the value of cos minus pi by 3. You don't really need a calculator for this. Special triangle works perfectly fine. Right? So this is your special triangle. Now to solve this for k, let's multiply each and every term with 2, get rid of the fractions in the denominators. So we get 4 plus k. And 7 minus 4 equals to the value of k, which is 3. So we found the value of k as 3. Once we find this value of k as 3, we can write down what the equation is. Right? So the equation now becomes y equals to 2 plus 3 cos of x. Perfect. Now the thing is, where will this point B be? So we had already done part A, finding the value of k as 3, right? Now we'll work on second part of this equation to find the values of the minimum for this particular function. Now you can see this is a cosine function with maximum here and minimum there. So the period for this function is what? Period is 2 pi and minimum is at pi, right? So minimum happens to be at pi. So we can plug in pi for x and find the value of y to get the coordinates of b. That's one thing to do it. So let's do it. So we get y equals to 2 plus 3 times cos pi. Makes sense, correct? Because at pi, we get the minimum value, right? So we'll get the minimum value, which is b from here. We already have seen that the value a, the x value, is equal to pi, correct? So we are solving for b now. So let's continue with this solution. Y equals to 2 plus 3 times cos of pi will be negative 1, right? So we get y equals to 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. And that gives you the coordinate points of b, which is x value is going to be equal to pi and the y will be minus 1. Is that clear to you? That is how we are going to solve this question. Perfect. You see how we have solved this question? With the value a given to us, we found the value of k, right? And once we had k as equal to 3, we changed the equation, wrote down k as 3, and the minimum, which is at minus pi by, at minus pi minus, pi and minus 1, correct? So we got the value of p. So I hope that is absolutely clear. Feel free to write your comments and share your views. Also check our playlist for many more related questions. See you in the next lesson. Happy learnings.